Hello Curious, and welcome back. If you have been on social media in recent days, then you have surely heard the title Framing Britney Spears at some point, and with it probably a string of names who in one way or another are connected to Britney. But not only that, but it has also caused a flood of apology tweets directed toward the singer, and not necessarily by fellow celebrities. But what exactly did the documentary show that has caused people to react in such a way? Why is everyone suddenly asking Justin Timberlake to apologize to the Princess of Pop? What did her ex-husband and current boyfriend have to say about it all? And how did Britney Spears herself react? Stay with us until the very end to find out all about what is happening with Spears. But before we continue, don't forget to turn on the notifications and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook to be up to date with all of the hottest celebrity gossip. Where the case of Britney Spears' conservatorship is concerned, we won't be going into too much detail about what she can or cannot do, as we have previously made videos on this case which you can watch by clicking on the link above. But for now, make sure you stay with us to find out what news has been happening with the toxic singer. But basically, the simplified version, 13 years ago at the age of 26, Britney was put under a legal conservatorship that had given her father the power to make medical and financial decisions on her behalf. The reason for these arrangements have always been private. And this is where Framing Britney Spears, an FX documentary series that the New York Times presents, comes in. It probes at the possible grounds for which they decided to keep one of the most successful singers in the world in a legal stronghold. The documentary wasn't just them looking back at the infamous breakdown that the star had in the 2000s, but it is the story of those who watched it happen. And if you plan on watching the documentary ahead, then be warned, there will be some spoilers. The documentary somewhat strives to expose that the public was hard on a young woman who was struggling with her fame, divorce, as well as parenthood. The program's writer, Wesley Morris, had said no one was helping her because there was too much money to be made off her suffering. This has been something that many of the fans has used as their argument when it came to Free Britney movements, and the documentary also went on to say that even when the singer had tried to help herself, her attempts at asserting her independence were dismissed and labeled as proof that she was crazy. The documentary was quick to call out the paparazzi as playing a major role in all of this, as they were always there, whether she was just running errands or such intimate, heartbreaking moments like the time when her ex-husband refused to open the gate outside of his home so that Spears could see her children. This is something that the program heavily highlighted, especially when the infamous day in 2007 comes into play, also known as the day Britney shaved her head. But the documentary also wanted to make clear her motivations for doing so, and it wasn't that she had lost her mind, as some had said, but rather as she told a tattoo artist present there that day that she was sick of people touching her hair after spending years of being modeled into this poster girl look. And they point out that she was throwing a tantrum like some news reports, but rather than trying to assert herself in ways that those who profited from her image might have actually been able to finally notice and listen to her. Another moment from her career that the documentary put into context was the time that she had hit the car of photographer David Ramos with her umbrella. Back then it was portrayed as an aggressive outburst, but put into context now, it shows that he had tailed her into a nearby parking lot while she repeatedly pleaded for privacy. However, to this day, Ramos claims that the womanizer singer never actually told him to leave her alone. The documentary also sheds light on her relationship with Justin Timberlake in another light, or more like the aftermath of it. When the two called it quits in 2002 after 3 years of dating, the media portrayed Timberlake as a sensitive musician with a broken heart, while Britney made headlines for her wild nights and alleged betrayal of Timberlake. She was even chastised in an interview with Diane Sawyer for causing her ex so much pain and so much suffering. What the documentary points out is that Justin did nothing to correct the narrative, and in a way had positioned himself as the victim of Spears' action, who is seen as the villain in their relationship. And they had also pointed out that he even profited off the rumors that he was cheated on, and with the music video for Cry Me a River. They called it some kind of revenge fantasy for him, who in the video breaks into the house of his ex and films himself making out with an anonymous dark-haired woman and leaves the video playing for the said ex to find. And when she came into the view, you could see that it was clearly meant to be Britney, as she was blonde and dressed in her then trademark, newsboy hat and the low-rise bootcut jeans. What do you think of that, Curious? Make sure you stay with us until the end to hear what Britney had to say about all of this. Since the documentary had come out, many people had taken to social media to tweet their apologies to the singer for in one way or another helping feed into that harmful portrayal of her, and many have also called for Justin Timberlake to offer a public apology to the singer. But it wasn't just fans of the singer. Celebrities such as Jamila Jamil, who also is known for her role on The Good Place, has taken to social media to comment on this matter, as well as drag queen Farrah Moan, who stressed that Timberlake being able to profit from it and being praised showed just how misogynistic society was. Now, while the Free Britney movement has been going on for a while, the singer singer herself has taken steps to try to get out of the situation. Last year, she had formally challenged her conservatorship, however, she had lost the case, and due to that, she is now without any legal help trying to win back her independence through her other means. According to Variety, her attorney told the judge that this client is afraid of her father and that she will not perform again if her father is in charge of her career. And while the general public might not be dismissing Spears as a crazy anymore, her refusing to be Britney Spears that people profit off of is still her best means to get back at people in charge of her career and make sure that they finally hear her. The dedicated Britney fans who had been calling for the end of the conservatorship for a long time, claiming that it all happened because people wanted to be able to profit from the singer and that there was nothing that suggested she was incapable of looking after herself. The whole thing started just as a fan movement, and those who took part in it were called conspiracy theorists, which is something that one fan touched upon in a post on Twitter. They continued saying that while no one took them seriously, they had persisted and that this documentary will be outlining the whole case. In 2019, her father Jamie had requested Britney's care manager Jody Montgomery to replace him as a temporary conservator, and while the singer opposed having him return to take on the position, last year her legal team advocated that having Montgomery remain as a conservator of her one person. So it appears that Spears herself thinks that Jody is better person to take care of her stuff, and seems that her ex-husband Kevin Federline seems to think so too. On February 9th, his family attorney spoke to the Exclusively with E! News and said that while Kevin has no involvement with the conservatorship case and of the removing Jamie as the conservator, he does think that Jody has done an admirable job, and that added that Federline has no other position to state with regards to the case. And some fans online, however, have called him out for it, stating that since he has 70% of the custody of the children, he is one of the people benefiting from it and wouldn't want to change anything. The documentary did hit a nerve and emotions are running high, however, the post of Britney's boyfriend Sam Asghari proves that tensions are running high. At first, he released a statement to People magazine stating, "I have always wanted nothing but the best for my better half and will continue to support her following her dreams and creating the future she wants and deserves. I'm thankful for all of the love and support she is receiving from her fans all over the world, and I'm looking forward to a normal, amazing future together." However, hours later, Asghari shared a different message to his social media, one against Britney's father, in which he claimed that he had tried to control their relationship. He took to his Instagram story to write the following: "Now, it's important for people to understand that I have zero respect for someone trying to control our relationship and constantly throwing obstacles our way. In my opinion, Jamie is a total and I won't be going to details because I've always respected our privacy, but at the same time, I didn't come to this country to not be able to express my opinion and freedom." So it seems that just like many fans of the singer, he isn't too overly fond of the father. And if you want to know more about their relationship, you can do so by clicking on the link above. And it seems that Britney herself was moved by the documentary and the support. Given her legal battle against the conservatorship, she spoke as directly as she could, which in reality wasn't, but fans still understood what she meant to say. Taking to her Instagram and Twitter, she posted the same clip from the 2018 performance of Toxic at Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with the caption, "Can't believe this performance of Toxic is 3 years ago. I'll always love being on stage, but I'm taking time to learn and be a normal person. I love simply enjoying the basics of everyday life." Though it was the latter part of the caption that got the attention of the fans, and that was what her continuation to was to say, each person has their story and their take on other people's stories. We all have so many different bright, beautiful lives. Remember, no matter what people think we know about a person's life, it is nothing compared to the actual person living behind the lens. Many fans have clearly taken this as a sign that Britney is reacting to the documentary and reflecting on what had happened to her in the past. So curious, what do you think about this ongoing battle between Britney Spears and her father? Do you believe that the conservatorship should be lifted? Were you aware of just how harmed the singer had been by the press? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. See you guys next time.